Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my presentation on build analysis solution using Power BI. We can use data from the past and from the present to make business decisions for now and for the future. We can see past trends that can help us when we see similar trends today. Data is easier to understand if properly visualized. We'll be able to see it much clearer, major differences that might not look like major differences when it's just numbers. And we'll see visualizations of Canyon sale units sold by product, by year, by region, and by vendor and region. In the units sold by product. In this graph on the y-axis, we'll show the products, the names of the products. On the x-axis, we'll show the units sold. There are 6 total products. 2 of the products sold 2 units, which is the top end, while the rest of them sold 1. So that'd be the rest, the 4. So 4 of them just sold 1 product, 2 of them sold 2. And we'll see that in this graph right here. The top 2, which are both footwear, sold 2, and the rest of the products sold. Okay, now by the units by year, we will see on the y-axis shows the year, x-axis will show the units sold. The data is only from 1 year and only shows 8 units sold. And the data only covers 2 days in January, January 1st and January 2nd. So it's not a big amount of data that you'll see, so it doesn't look extravagant. So in 2 days, pretty much is what we have for data, 2013, 1 year, and we've only sold 8 units. And then units by region on the y-axis will be the regions. X is always units sold. 2 regions are Tri-State and Chicagoland. Tri-State had 6 units sold and Chicagoland had 2 units. So you can see that one region definitely has more sales than the other. So we would definitely see resources being used to make sure their stock is always good, and because we know we're always going to sell, so we always want to know, we make sure they have extra. That's a good business strategy. Units sold by region and vendor. Y-axis shows region and each vendor units shown with differing colors. X-axis shows units sold. Mountain King represents by the lighter blue, sold 4 units in Tri-State and 1 unit in Chicagoland. Pacific Gear is represented by the darker blue, sold 2 units in Tri-State and 1 in Chicagoland. Let's see here. So this is the total sold, and then Mountain King is the lighter blue, Pacific Gear is the darker blue, and since there's this is how much they bought, that's how much they units sold, and this is how many units they sold. And the calendar that was created using Power BI used DAX, break down different types of data into other different types of information. So you can take data and split it up into smaller increments, so you can organize it in that way if you like we did it with the date. Every column from the table is an information taken from the date column. Shows how tools like Power BI can be used to organize and visualize data, or even break it up into pieces. So here is a picture of the date. So we had the date auto-populate from the first of the year all the way to the end, and then from on each thing we used the current date to get that information. So it was able to pull the day, the name, the number, even down to what, if it's a work day or not. We were able to do it like that, where it knows exactly Saturday and Sunday are not work days and everything else is. So in closing, visualizing data gives clear image of what the data says. So we'll be able to see exactly what it actually is telling us when numbers may seem pulling towards one, it's actually may not be that way. Visualization tools can intake data and visualize it so it can be presented in an easier to read format. So like you can take data and make it much easier to read, but also visualize it to where that also makes it easier to understand. Connected data can be filtered to get specific information and visualized in many different ways. Like all those slides on all those bar charts, that was a connected database. So it's taking information from different tables, and that's how we were getting all that information. So that is my presentation on the analysis solutions using Power BI. I hope this was informative, and have a great day.